Welcome back to the Trade Fitness Podcast, and something a little bit different on today's episode. We've got the iPad out, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to walk you through the exact step-by-step process of how we transformed the life of Louis Crossland, who is a carpenter. You can see this awesome fucking transformation, absolutely unreal, and exactly how he got into the shape of his life in just 17 weeks. So he lost 19 kilos in 17 weeks, okay? So what I've put here is what we're going to do today is I'm going to walk you through the exact step-by-step process of how Carpenter Louis got shredded in just 4 months. And we're going to take you through step-by-step, route by route, so you can see exactly how we done it and how we got the results he did using our site ready system. Obviously, our program is built for tradesmen, tradeswomen, so I'm going to walk you through the process. If you're a tradesman, you're a construction worker, you work in construction, this one's going to be very, very useful for you. So step number one, okay, this is what the timeline looks like on our site ready system. So if you work with us, if you work with me at Build Pros, this is the kind of route and the system that we will actually take you through, okay? So the site ready system is a timeline. It's going to show you exactly how we're going to get you from A to B and change your fucking life, essentially. That is the long story short of it. A to B, change your fucking life, okay? So we're going to deep dive into this step by step, okay? But essentially you can see it's made up of 4 phases to make things nice and simple. We have a priming phase, we have a fat loss phase, we have a progress review phase, and then we have an absolute full send fucking phase where this is where we completely change your life and stuff as well. So we're going to deep dive into this one by one. But first of all, I want to walk you through a little bit of a background on Louis. Who he is, where he comes from, what he was struggling with before he started the program. So background on Louis, he was a self-employed carpenter. So self-employed carpenter, running his own business. He was a one-man band. He used to use occasional subbies here and there. Same as most of you guys who have got your own kind of thing going on. You pull in subbies as and when you need them. So that was Louis. So pulling all the strings in his business. Busy fucking bloke. He had a missus. He had a little lad at home who was under 3 years old as well. So as you can imagine, busy lifestyle. Not only work and trying to juggle all the plates at work, he also had a busy family life at home. Struggles before starting the program, guys. So before starting the program, Louis approached me because we got talking on social media. One of the things he was mainly struggling was here, time management, which most of you guys listening and watching this, time is the one thing as a tradesman that we need the most of, but we don't seem to have enough of. So time management was one thing that Louis struggled with. Always working, again, sound familiar, stuck in that work, eat, sleep, repeat cycle, and it's a constant go, 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 go. You just feel like you're always working, okay? This is kind of an area of where I came from as well. This was part of the reason I introduced the site ready system for myself. I was the first person to invent it and the first person to try it, and that was the reason why, because I felt I was stuck in that cycle of work all the time. Louis wasn't a stranger to the gym. He was an occasional gym goer like many of you guys. He had a gym membership. He didn't really use it. He was paying for a gym membership. He's paying for a sauna, paying for a steam room, but he never really used it, okay? So that was Louis, as like many of you, most 90% of the guys I speak to have a gym membership, but they don't use it. Had a takeaway once a week, so again, he's only human, like many of you guys had a takeaway with a family, usually once a week. And this is, again, probably one of the most common things that I see with most people I speak to. He bought lunch every single day. So it was either meal deal, it was Greg's, it was stopping off for a sausage roll or pastry on the way to work. Maybe some days it was just a coffee. Maybe some days it was a coffee and a packet of crisps and a chocolate bar. Some days maybe it was a pack of 4 chocolate bars and a packet of crisps, okay? So he's buying his lunch every day. Minimum, he was getting a coffee a day, okay? So we were looking at, put here, like when I actually spoke to him and we actually done the maths behind it, we actually worked out that he was spending a minimum of £5 a day all the way up to £15 per week. If you do the maths, guys, like, it's a lot of money across the course of a week, across the course of the month. Even spending £5 a day, you're looking at £25 a week, you're looking at £100 a month. If you're spending £15 to £20 a day, you could be spending anywhere up to £400 a month on lunch and takeaways once a week with a family. It's easily done. This money soon adds up, and a lot of people might say to me, Joe, eating healthy is expensive, but fuck me, like eating at Greg's every day is expensive, guys. Buying Tesco's meal deals every day is expensive. Buying Costa coffee for £3, £4, £5 every day, depending on what you have. I mean, you do well to get Costa coffee these days for £3, guys. So again, like many of you, he was spending money on shit food, which in turn was making him feel shit up here. It was making him feel bloated, feel out of shape, and stuff like that as well. Okay, so this was Louis' starting position. This was where he started. So as you can see, he wasn't hugely out of shape, but he was uncomfortable. He was unhappy with what he looked like, what he felt like as well, which is obviously why he started with us, okay? So starting position, we're looking here now, he was 87 kilograms, 13 and a half stone. His waist was at 99 centimeters. His chest was at 107 centimeters, okay? So as you can see from the photos below here, if we look at photo number 1, he wasn't hugely out of shape, but one thing that bothered him was he felt like he had the self-proclaimed dad bod. He felt like he had a bit of a pot belly, which was one of the initial goals that he spoke to me that he wanted to get rid of, okay? It was just through excess drinking at the weekends, takeaways, not taking care of, obviously, the food he was eating and taking care of his nutrition, okay? So his initial goals was lose his belly fat. Joe, I've got a self-proclaimed dad bod. He didn't say self-proclaimed. Joe, I've got a dad bod. I want to get rid of it. I need to lose my dad bod, okay? I've got a little lad at home. I don't want him fucking slapping me on the belly, running me ragged around the football pitch, okay? I need to lose my dad bod. Sick, cool, let's do it. I want to tone up. I want to eat better, have more energy. Again, I run my own business. At the moment, I've got no fucking energy. It gets to 2 o'clock and I can't be asked. Like, I may as well not be at work. Okay, that's not ideal, Louis, if you are self-employed, if you've got your own business. So that's something we want to sort out as well. Didn't want to feel so sluggish, again, carrying on from the previous point. And then, this is a big one that I help a lot of guys with. More spare time. Dylan is his young lad, okay? So, Joe, if this is something that you can help with, ideally I'd like to have more time in the diary where I'm not just stuck in that cycle of get up, work, come home, paperwork, eat my tea, go to bed, work. So no problem. That is 100% something I can help you with. Using our site ready system, once we give you more structure, more routine, you will actually buy back more time in your life for the things that matter most. Time with your friends, your family, time spent on your health and fitness. This was actually the photo that Louis sent me, okay? And as you remember, going back to where he first started, we blew this out of the fucking water, okay? So this was his initial target. Joe, can you help me achieve this? Fuck yeah, and you will see what is possible, guys. So how it happened. Phase number 1, as we started at the beginning. This is the phase planning phase, okay? So, when I first spoke to Louis on social media, we arranged an initial call, okay? 10-15 minute call. We mapped out his goals and targets. Call Louis. Where are you now? What are you struggling with? What are the things holding you back? What do you want to achieve moving forwards? We can then put a timeline and a roadmap in place to ensure that over the next 16 weeks, over the next 20 weeks, you know exactly where you want to get to and how you're going to get there. Guys, dieting doesn't have to be hard. It's usually hard. It's usually difficult when you don't know when you're going to finish. Usually when you start a diet, Slimming World, Weight Watchers, whatever shit diets you've tried before, usually you will try them and you never know when it's going to end, and you feel like you're dieting forever, and that's where most people go wrong. If you know that there's a finish point in sight, you know that you've only got a diet for 12, 16 weeks or something like that, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 16 weeks, you know there's an end point, you know that there's a finish line, you know that, cool, if I stick to it for this amount of time, I'm done, I'm dusted, I don't need to diet anymore, okay? So, we put a timeline in place. We had a priming phase, which we're going to cover bit by bit by bit. So we had a priming phase. We then moved on to a fat loss phase, weeks 3 to 16. We then reviewed his progress because he actually had a holiday coming up as well. And then we reviewed his future moving forwards. So, what does this look like in the real world? It's all well and good me telling you that I'm going to put a site ready system in place. I'm going to walk you through the steps, exactly how I'm going to help you achieve your goal. We put a roadmap in place. Again, if you know exactly where you're going to get to and how long you're going to be in each phase for, it's so much easier to stick to it. So with all of our clients, I map them out their journey for them, okay? I tell them, cool, if you want to lose 3 stone, it might take you 21 weeks. So it's going to look like this. It's all about being realistic and being honest with people. Like, I am honest with people. If you come to me and tell me you've got 5 stone to lose, guys, I'm not gonna fucking give you an 8-week program because realistically it's not gonna work. it's going to take longer than 8 weeks to lose the weight, keep it off, and change your fucking life. So it's all about being realistic, being honest with people. And I honestly believe that the best relationships, the best coaching relationships, are the ones that get the best results. When I'm honest, I tell people the honesty, like that's what people respect, right? So if you're somebody who wants somebody who's brutally honest, who's going to tell you exactly how it is, if you're slacking, if you're not sticking to the plan, you need telling. John, fucking what you doing, mate? Why can't you stick to it? You've let yourself down here. Let's make some changes. Then I'm the guy for you. If you want mollycoddling, you want babysitting, I'm probably not the right person for you, okay? There's better coaches out there for you. But you can see, just to kind of walk you through this, we have a weight prediction on the right-hand side. So we basically put, I don't know if you can see that, we put 87 kilos in the top. It's a little bit blurry. Put 87 kilos in the top, and I will actually predict your weight along the course of the way. As I say to most of my clients, I don't really care about weight. Like, ultimately, it's what you look like. You're not going to be stood on the beach in 6 weeks' time when you go on holiday. I was like, Louis, it was actually 17 weeks when this holiday was. I was like, Louis, although this weight prediction is on the right-hand side, realistically, mate, you're not going to be stood on the beach in 17 weeks' time saying to people, I weigh 70 kilos, I weigh 75 kilos, I weigh 12 and a half stone. You're going to be stood there saying, I look sick, I feel sick, I've got abs, I feel the most confident I ever have done. And I can actually sit by the pool and have a beer without worrying about my missus taking a photo of me and putting it on Facebook. That's what it's all about. Again, we put a big emphasis on weight, but it's not about weight, it's what you look like, guys. Weight is just a measurement of how we're going to get there. Okay, so an exact timeline in place. So just to kind of show you what this looks like. Okay, like I said earlier, we have 2 weeks of priming. We then entered into a fat loss phase. We then entered into a recovery and a reverse diet. We then entered into a maintenance block where he could go away and enjoy his holiday. And this here actually says 17 weeks away. 17 weeks, which was, I think it says 125 days or something like that. Okay, so again, if you know what the end goal is, you know what you're working towards, it's so much easier to actually stick to something as well. Calories, macros, so you know exactly what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. You've got a water target, you've got weekly calories, daily steps, weekly cardio if needed, and then we obviously map any changes out on the right-hand side as well. This is mainly, to be honest, when I show the guys this, I'm like, cool, you don't have to worry about this. I just want you to see exactly how you're going to get from A to B, but you haven't got to worry about this, okay? This is for me to worry about. This is my job. I leave you to build the stud walls, Louis. I'll map your journey out for you. So, what happens in the priming phase, guys? First 2 weeks of the program. This is generally with everybody. So, if you're somebody who wants to come and work with me and you want to rush into a fucking program and you want to get started from the off, I'm probably not the guy for you. This is where most people go wrong because you rush into it, you lose too much weight, you rebound, you put it all back on again. It's pointless. So most of our clients, 99% of our clients will start with a priming phase. It might start anywhere between 1 to 4 weeks, but we'll start with a priming phase. What is the use of a priming phase? Why, Louis, this is why you're doing a priming phase. This is the use of it. This is why we're doing it, okay? It's 2 weeks to find your feet. Obviously, you've been out of the diet a little while. We need to find the feet. We need to get back into the rhythm and the swing of things. You need to get back into routine with holding yourself accountable, checking in on the app, doing check-ins, following a meal plan, doing training plans. Get familiar with a plan. Get used to making your meals again, prepping your meals. I'll show you how to do it. I'll give you all the help documents, but you've got to do it, dude. Like, I can't do all the work for you, okay? So 2 weeks to get familiar with that again. Find out what works, what doesn't work. Feedback to me, Louis. If there's anything in the first 2 weeks that doesn't work, if there's anything in the first few days that you're struggling with, let me know. We can change it. We can swap it out. We can do this. We can do that, okay? Focus on getting back into the gym in the first few weeks. Find your feet, and then we can build it up from the off. Again, you're not getting into the gym 6-7 times a week because that's unrealistic. If you're a tradesman, you work on site, it's unrealistic. You've got to be realistic and you've got to do what works around you, your job, your goals, your lifestyle, okay, and your family. And then let's set the standards for what's to come over the first 4 months. If we come in, this is a big one that I say with all of my clients, if we come in and we fuck around for the first 4 weeks, the first couple of weeks, you're going to ruin your whole journey. Fitness is a game of momentum, guys. See it like a snowball rolling downhill. Once it's got the momentum, it keeps rolling forwards. But if you struggle to find that momentum and you can't get the snowball moving, you're going to struggle for your whole journey, okay? So you can see here, obviously, pretty much what I've been through as well. Find your feet, familiarize yourself with the program, expectations and standards. The first 2 weeks can genuinely make or break someone's journey. It honestly can, guys. So if you want to change, you want to change your life, you've got to buy into the process. A lot of people think just because they buy a plan, they join a program, they're guaranteed results, and that is not the case. You've still got to put in the work. I can give you the game plan to success, but I can't do the work for you, okay? And that is one thing that I make very, very clear. I'm not here to babysit someone. I'll give you the master plan, but I can't do the work for you. I can't cook your meals for you. I can't come and put it into your mouth, okay? So once we've found our feet for the first 2 weeks, we will move into an energy deficit phase. We will start pulling off body fat, Louis. This is your goal. You want to lose weight. You want to build muscle. You want to tone up along the way. This is what we're going to do. We're going to push you into an energy deficit. However, we're going to do it in a slow and steady manner that we can pull body fat off, but you actually enjoy it along the process. You're not starving. You're not fucking hungry every single day, and you actually enjoy it. You can eat the foods you enjoy every single day, but there's simple meals that you can make in fucking seconds, and you know what I mean? It's not going to take over your whole life. So gradual energy deficit, slow and steady. We start as high as we can. You start eating as much food as you can, and as you'll go on to see down here, Louis actually started at 2,750 calories. That's more than most of you guys have eaten in your whole life. Most of you guys will do a diet and you'll eat 1,800, you'll eat 2,000 calories, and then you'll cry that you're hungry and you can't stick to it after 2 weeks. So start big and then work your way down from there. If you start too unrealistic, you're not going to be able to stick to it. You lose your confidence, you're back to square one, yo-yo dieting again. We then monitored and adapt changes along as we went, based off feedback, subjective and objective. Louis, how are you feeling? What's your energy like? What's your stress levels like? What are your motivation like? What's your motivation like? What's your home life like? What's your love life like? Okay? How do you feel in clothes? How do you feel in the gym? What's your energy like? Are you motivated to go to the gym? So based off all this data, we can then make changes along the course of the way to, again, what's working, what isn't working, what changes do we need to make, Louis, okay? And then you can see down here, for the first 2 weeks, like I've said, you'll go on to see how long he followed this, or how long he was at these calories for. But, as I said earlier, he started on 2,750 calories. He was actually eating a chocolate bar for the first 10 weeks of his program. Most of you guys will come in, you'll be like, fuck, how is that possible? Guys, honestly, I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and they were moaning, they were snacking on fruit throughout the course of the day, and it was actually taking them out of their energy deficit. It was taking them out of their calorie deficit. I said, mate, you can actually put on, like, you can put on weight, you can get fat by eating broccoli. Like, it'll be difficult, but you can eat too much broccoli and put on weight. Likewise, you can lose body fat on a Mars bar diet, guys. So you haven't got to eat shit food you don't like. You can lose body fat, you can lose weight eating Mars bars, as long as you're in that calorie deficit. You might end up nutrient deficient, but it can happen, okay? And what I've put here, the key to a sustainable and easy to stick to diet plan is one you enjoy. Simple. End of. If you don't enjoy it, guys, you're not going to be able to stick to it, okay? Phase number 3, we moved into the reverse diet. So what we've done is, once we'd pulled off the body fat for Louis, we actually moved into a reverse diet, okay? What is this? This is bringing, okay, well, first and foremost, this is where 90% of people rebound and put all the weight back on. They regain all the weight they'd lost. Most of us have done a diet, we've lost the weight. As soon as we've stopped the weight, as soon as we've stopped the diet, we've rebounded, we've skyrocketed, we've put all the body fat back on again. What's the fucking point of yo-yo in your whole life? You don't go to work and build a brick wall to know that in 4 weeks' time it's going to fall down and you're going to have to rebuild it again. It's fucking pointless. You wouldn't build it in the first place. So why do you do it with your diet, okay? So this is the point of a reverse diet, guys. We get you into sick shape, we pull the body fat off, and then we reverse you out, okay? So essentially, it's going to kind of look like this. We lose the body fat. It's never a straight journey. And then we slowly bring you back up to baselines, okay? So if this was a graph, that is what it would look like, okay? It's never going to go down. It's never going to go up in a straight line. It's going to wiggle down, and it's going to slowly wiggle back up until you get to a position that you can actually sustain and maintain it, okay? So we were slowly bringing Louis back up to his maintenance calories, mainly through the use of carbohydrates and fats. Again, protein is generally going to stay similar throughout, okay, a gram per pound of body weight as a minimum. We want to regain hormone levels and bring everything back to baseline. So his hormones, his calories, his energy levels. As you lose body fat, guys, you will get to the point where, well, I guess if you do it properly, you can maintain and sustain your energy levels and stuff like that. Most of you guys listening to this, crash diet, you fuck your energy levels, you feel sluggish, tired, lethargic, and you can't stick to it, okay? So if you do it properly, you shouldn't have to too much bringing back to baselines. But again, this is an opportunity to make sure everything is back to where it should be, okay? So this is where 90%, I've put here, guys, this is where 90% of the hard work has been done, and most people just fall back into bad habits, okay? Most people watching this will have done a diet, will have yo-yoed. Most of you guys will probably yo-yo in your whole life. It's what Louis done before he started with us, okay? So I was like, cool, Louis, I promise you, I'll get you into sick shape, but this will be the last program you have to do because I want to teach you, educate you, guide you how to actually sustain the results at the end of it. Again, if you're not going to sustain it, what's the point in building a brick wall if you know it's going to fall down again? 1 to 2 weeks, bringing the body back to its baselines, steadying the ship for what's to come next, and then we can review your progress, see where we're going to go next. Are you at your desired results? Usually, what I see with a lot of guys, very similar to Louis, is you get yourself into sick shape and then your standards rise. As you can see, when Louis first began, this was his goal. And as you can see, his end goal was absolutely blown out of friggin' water. So your standards will rise, guys. As you get, similar to kind of being on the tools, as you get better at your job, your standards rise, you can do things better, you want better results, okay? Phase 4, the reverse diet, okay? So I've already covered this as well. I'll phase 3, phase 4, okay? So this is kind of the second part of obviously reversing him out. This was obviously getting him ready for his holiday, okay? So what I've put here is we entered into a maintenance block. Because he had a holiday coming up, we reversed him out and then we entered into a maintenance block. This is meant to say maintenance, okay? Entered him into a maintenance block so he could go away, enjoy his holiday without stressing he was going to regain all the weight. The whole point of a holiday, guys, is to go away and enjoy it. We get 1 to 2 holidays a year being a tradesman. It's very, very important that you actually enjoy it, and you're not just going to starve yourself, and you're not going to do what I've done in previous years, never have an ice cream, fucking ruin your life. Do you know what I mean? You want to go away, you want to enjoy yourself when you go away. It's about de-stressing, deloading, having time off with your friends and family, enjoying food, enjoying drinks. You want to go away and enjoy it. So, what did we do? We equipped him with the 6-point structure, okay? Below is a screenshot of our Stone 12 Help Hub, which all our clients get access to. Of course, they get one-to-one support, but we also equip them with loads of fucking resources, so they're always prepared and ready for what's to come. So, we equipped them with our 6-point structure. As you can see, screenshot from our Help Hub. They have loads of help resources. This is just the lifestyle and social section, okay? And we took him through the 6-point structure. We showed him exactly how to manage his holidays. I've crossed them all out here, guys, okay? Because if you want a copy of the 6-point structure, you'll have to message me and get it for yourself, okay? I'm not going to walk you through on this video exactly what it is, but we took him through the 6-point structure so he could enjoy his holiday without stressing, worrying. If he wanted to maintain and sustain, he could, but he didn't act like there was no pressure. Louis, you can go away, you can enjoy yourself. You can have a few beers, you can enjoy the all-inclusive food and drink, and you haven't got to stress and worry about it, mate. Okay, so that was the plan of action for that. Post-holiday, this, Louis, is where we're going to transform your fucking life forever. This is where you become part of the 1%. This is generally phase 4, guys, but because Louis was going on holiday, we took him through a reverse diet and a maintenance phase. Usually we would do a reverse diet and then it is post-holiday or it is post-transformation, transform your friggin' life, skyrocket all the way up there, okay? Because this is where most people, I've put here, this is where the true magic happens. Most people then have the potential to sculpt their dream physique and the body of their dreams. Like I say, people raise their standards, people move the goalposts, they get into sick shape and they're like, holy shit, this is possible, I now want to achieve this, okay? Some people are satisfied by this point and have already exceeded expectations, but for most people, they're only just starting and they only just realize what's possible, which is the exciting part. You can develop your body, your physique, your mindset like you've never seen before, okay? You can unleash your potential and become part of the 1%, okay? So that's generally the roadmap, that's generally what we do, and that's what we've done with Louis. After his holiday, we entered into a transform your fucking life phase where he continued working with us. We go through multiple phases of maintenance, cut, bulk, shred, that type of thing, but in a way that we can look at other things. Again, do you want to go more into performance? Do you enjoy running? Like, usually people change their goalposts. You shouldn't have to do one. There's no like right or wrong way to do it. If you enjoy running, maybe we go into a performance phase. If you hate running, maybe do you know what I mean? If you enjoy lifting weights, you've got to do what you enjoy, guys. There's no right or wrong way to get in shape. to build muscle, to lose body fat. So, what results, to wrap it all up, what results did Louis actually see on the program? So, starting position and initial goals. He started at 87 kilos. He was 13.5 stone, 99 centimeters, 100 centimeters on his chest. End result, after 17 weeks, he had actually dropped 19 kilograms. So, I've actually got that wrong. He was actually 88. You can see here, guys. He was actually 88 and he got down to 69. So, he actually dropped 19 kilos in 17 weeks. He went down to 11 stone. His waist went to 80 centimeters. His chest went to 101 centimeters. So if you look on the right-hand side here, you can see he lost, it's actually 19 kilos of body fat. 19 kilos of body fat, 19 centimeters off his waist, 6 centimeters of his chest. But again, these are all well and good, but ultimately it's about what you look like, what you feel like. Are you looking good? Are you feeling good? Are you performing good? Have you got more time with your family? It's all about unlocking the potential up here. It's not just about looks. That plays a pretty big part because most people, if they look good, they feel good. It's all about what's up here as well. Are you enjoying work more? Have you got more spare time? Have you got more energy? Do you feel less lethargic? Can you do your job better? And you can see a screenshot of the roadmap here as well, and exactly as I walked you through earlier, how we took him from step by step. So these grey ones here are where we've either decreased food, increased steps, increased calories, and then you can see I've noted the changes here. So Louis can see every step of the way. If he wants to check in and see what changes have been made, we work on a one-to-one basis anyway, but obviously everything's logged, so we can always look back and be like, cool, last week we made this change, this worked, this didn't work, and this is why, okay? So, guys, with a roadmap, with a plan, everything always goes to plan, okay? You may have to occasionally reassess, you may have to occasionally realign, but it's like building a house. If you've got a plan of action in place in the first place, it's likely that the house is going to look how you want it to look. If you haven't got a plan, you're winging it, it's probably not going to end up how you want it to look. It may end up completely different, okay? And as you can see, went from dad bod to operation shredded in 17 weeks. 19 kilos in 17 weeks. Again, it's not about the stats, the facts, the figures and the numbers. It's objectively, or it's subjectively. It's how are you feeling, Louis? How do you feel about the way you look? You look sick. I feel sick too, Joe. Cool, sweet. Operation succeeded. So, moving on then, wrapping things up. Okay, are you a tradesman? Does this story sound familiar? Does this story resonate with you? Are you struggling with energy levels? Are you struggling with time? Are you struggling with other commitments and stuff at the moment? Okay, is all you feel like you do is work? Okay, because that was where Louis was stuck, and you can see obviously what he achieved. Are you looking to lose belly fat? Are you looking to lose your love handles? Are you looking to maybe just improve your confidence, skyrocket your energy levels, okay? Most of these problems come from wanting to lose body fat because most of us have got excess body fat. We've then got less motivation, more lethargy. We feel more sluggish. We've got less energy. Is less or more of the can't be asked attitude kind of thing. So if you're a tradesman or tradeswoman, you're looking to lose body fat, you want to lose fat, tone up, build muscle, then of course you can join me and become my next case study on our Stone 12 program. This is where I help tradesmen and women lose a stone in 12 weeks using our site ready system that I've walked you through today. Okay, so the step-by-step process, and I'll map it out exactly how you're going to get from A to B. The only tradesman, the only program built for the trade by a tradie. The only program built for tradesmen and women by a tradesman, okay? And you can, of course, achieve results just like this and go from dad bod, having a bit of a pot belly, to operation in the shape of your life. And yes, I am a real person. I get a lot of people say, Joe, I didn't realize you was real until I saw you with a photo with Louis or with XYZ. Okay? So, if you want help, guys, what do you do now? You've got 3 options, okay? Want help, or if you want a copy of the 6-point structure or anything else that I've mentioned today, okay? So you may want a copy of our meal prep guide showing you what, when, how much to eat. You may just want some help with some training plans. You may have a holiday coming up and you may want a copy of the 6-point structure, okay? So if you want a copy of any of those that I've just been through or anything else that you think I may be able to help you with, you can DM me the word or the number 12 to join me and learn how I can help you do the same. So you can join me on our Stone 12 program. From there, you have 3 options, okay? We have a premium, an elite, and an elite plus program. depending on where you are at in your journey and how fast you want to get to the outcome, how much support, how much help, how much accountability you actually need. So if you need help, if you resonated with this story, if you're a tradesman or women, you're struggling right now, you want to lose body fat, you want to tone up, improve your energy levels, wake up motivated, live in a world where no energy doesn't exist, live in a world where you don't have to stop at service stations to fuel your day anymore, then DM me the word 12 and join me and learn exactly how I can help you. Hope you enjoyed that one. Hope you found it useful, found it valuable. And if you want results like Louis, DM me the word 12 and I'll send you over more information on exactly how we can help, or I'll send you any of the guides that you're obviously after.